going to do any quiet hours because it's pretty global. And then I think the rest of these we don't have to worry about because we have no hashtags, we have no mentions. So finally, let's do the following. Let's try and do a test tweet. So if we do send a test tweet from the bot menu, the first thing we should get is the authorization pop-up. And this is going to be a couple things. So we jump here and we click that. And I actually have to do this from my private window. You should actually be working from the same window that you're logged in as for Twitter. I'm just doing private windows separately from my logged in Google account for this one. But essentially, if you get that and just look up in the upper right corner and make sure it's the right account. So we'll just start a new tab here, and I'll do the app authorization for the UDHR bot. Okay, so now we authorize this app. Okay, that should have done it, but I'm not certain. Okay, I think have to log in as myself here. I'm going to go back and for everybody who might have missed the part of the talk that you just missed, I'll just do a little review in a moment here, making sure that I've got this working. Okay, yeah, I got it, Google. Okay, so we are successful now. As I said, we can close this page, and I just actually close the entire window. I didn't mean to do that. We'll get back to that in just a moment. But we'll make sure now that we can, so we can close this now. Now we should be able to send a test tweet without any other problems. Okay, finished. Now, go back and rerun Vivaldi. Private window. And we'll just go ahead and log in. Password out of the password manager. Okay, that didn't seem to work. Going to do one thing here and make sure that it didn't actually post as my other bot. Okay, didn't seem to do a test tweet at all. Not too broken up about this as long as it'll start. All right, so just to review a little bit, for everybody who might have missed it in the last few minutes, what we were trying to do was start a test tweet. So from the settings tab of the spreadsheet, we were just setting up our things to be correct. So we wanted to use the every constructor, and then from the bot menu, we did send a test tweet. And what that actually did, instead of sending a test tweet, was run us through the authorization flow. And that was going to let the script post on behalf of our Twitter account. So it gave us a link that we had to click, and that link sent us to Twitter to an authorization page. We had to make sure it was one in which we were logged in as the bot user, or the bot account. And then if we clicked authorize app in that, it told us that we could close the authorization flow. And that was going to let the script post on behalf of our Twitter account. So it gave us a link that we had to click, and that link sent us to Twitter to an authorization page. We had to make sure it was one in which we were logged in as the bot user, or the bot account. And then if we clicked authorize app in that, it told us that we could close the window and go back to the script, but only after it redirected us back to Google. which is why I was recommending that you definitely do these from both in the same browser window. So be logged in to Google as yourself, be logged into Twitter as your bot, and then it's a lot easier to just click the link, see the pop-up, click back, be redirected, and then it's all good. Okay, so what we're going to at least try to do now is start posting tweets. So if that starts working, and we should be able to see it work in the field because the preamble will be tweeted, and it does not seem to be working. This is interesting. Okay, for those of you who are seeing consumer secret is required, make sure that you've pasted the setup parts here. Twitterbots handle, we can put it in, but it's actually not that necessary, I don't think. But make sure that your consumer key is pasted with no extra spaces into this field, and your consumer secret, which is I think the one that people are saying is missing, is pasted in this one, again with no space trimming. Spaces will actually screw this part up because it's doing a cryptography thing with the secret as being a key. So a space will actually be considered part of the key and make things encrypt incorrectly. Okay. Somebody's asking where to get the consumer secret key. So once you created an app at apps.twitter.com, you actually get a setup page for your app, and we can actually see this. And then you have to go to the Keys and Access Tokens tab. And then you actually see, so this is your consumer key in the first line, and then the second line is your consumer secret, and that's what gets pasted into the second green box. Okay, so now let's see if we can actually diagnose the problem with tweeting and why that might not be working. So everything looks good, but what I'm going to do is actually look into the logs. Script editor. Okay, so we have the bot code script here. This is lower level. I'm not intending for anybody to follow me here, but we will be doing something that looks a lot like this in a short while. So we're just going to run. Let's do. Let's see. Let's run do tweet and see what happens. See if we get anything back from the logs. View logs. Cannot properly replace from undefined. Hey, that's interesting. I wonder where that's coming from. Fix and code URI component. I hope it's not that, but it could be. Probably this. I think this is because of, did I have properly image set to yes? I didn't think I did. Let's take a second look here. I don't. So that's unexpected. I wonder what's going on here. Is that it, or is it something else perhaps? It's one of these two. I'm just going to log in here. And let's see what's going to happen here if I save that and run it. Do tweet, get the error. I didn't get an error. Oh, wait, that's right, because the error is actually caught and put in the logs. Okay, so definitely wasn't that one because we didn't hit that logger. So definitely it looks like we're going to have a problem with the other case here. Either that or it's coming from somewhere in my Twitter library, and we'll find that out momentarily. I guess it's also possible that it's in constructors. Actually, this shouldn't be happening at all. I'm going to check into constructors. Remove links in RT. I bet this is it. And, oh, that's get ebooks. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Let's run do tweet and see what happens. See if we get anything back from the logs. which one is this? This is, well, I'm still in Get eBooks text. So let's see, get every text. That's this one. Okay, so here is, oh, that's a problem. Well, first of all, that needs to be, I'll have to go back to and talk to Zach about this, but that should be tweet equals tweet.replace, because that's not a, that's not a thing. Hey, active row. Wait a minute. Where's active row coming from? Active row equals 3. Okay. No, that should be the correct one. All right. Nope, don't want that. I do want to go back to bot code and run do tweet. And let's see what the logger says now. That is still not it. All right, I think what we need to do here is possibly just junk this for the time being. Thought it was working for me before, but definitely am having an issue with it now. So we'll do something that's slightly different, and we're gonna go back to SSBot. And what we're gonna do is actually dump this into select one from each column. So I'm gonna take the same corpus that I had before, and what I'm gonna do is essentially just make it tweet random lines from it, and that should be lots of fun. All right, so we'll clear all of that. Go back to the top and go back to the tweetifier, grab the output. And here in the columns, we'll just go ahead and do that. So in settings now, we will change the constructor from every to columns. It's going to notice that only the first column has anything in it, so it should be totally fine to just tweet random stuff from this. And that's about it. We'll try a test tweet. Okay, now let's see if anything happened. Nothing happened. I'll bet I'm having a problem, the same problem somewhere else, or possibly in the same place. We'll go back to the script editor. We'll try and run do tweet again. Yeah, I've got the same problem as everybody else. Sorry, anybody watching this. I thought this was actually going to be a good introduction, but that is the perils of using pre-release spreadsheets. I was really hoping to do that with fun. So I'll tell you what, if anybody actually wants to see this in action, I am going to provide a link in the chat window to SSBot version 0.4 as soon as I find it. And of course, that comes from Zach Whalen again. Tagged here, and I'll grab the link to that. It's going to look very similar to what we had before. It's just slightly different, but I think that the setup page looks about the same. Okay, where is that? Where's the actual link to this? Here we go. Make a copy of the spreadsheet. So go ahead and grab that. And I'm going to put this in the chat channel. Everybody. All right, so take a look at that. You should see the same thing that I do. If you click on that link, you should be asked if you want to copy the document.